Hey there guys, Adorcasa here, aka JessicaBro95. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In this video is going to be 5 missed opportunities that Star Wars Battlefront 2 will unfortunately never get because of the pulled support. Now, it is still a bit upsetting to fully grasp and understand the concept of them pulling the support for this wonderful game, and a lot of people are just, including myself, are just still incomplete and utter sadness, as you saw in my, not my last video, but my second to last video, where I was just completely, I had no idea what to say. Like, I was just in complete shock to see that it was ending. But as time has passed, I have kind of just accepted that it's happening and understood why it's happening, because, well, they are just they're moving to make Battlefield 6, and that's cool and all, but it's just like, damn, I want to know if we're getting a Battlefront 3, or my personal hope is we get a Star Wars online RPG roleplay where you like start off as like a Jedi Knight and you work up to like Grandmaster and all that. That would be pretty sweet in my opinion. But anyways, enough about my ranting about game modes, a game that I would like. Coming in at number 1 on this list of 5 missed opportunities we're never going to get is going to be reviving Galactic Assault. Now, unfortunately, Dice cut support. Dice had been cut support of Galactic Assault since June 2018, or whenever the final Galactic Assault map Geonosis came out. Now, it is a shame that they stopped caring about modes like Galactic Assault, and part of it, their reason that they did it was because people weren't playing the mode. But I'm sitting here like, well, if you gave people content to play in that mode, maybe people would want to go back to it, and maybe not hide the Galactic Assault game mode off in the side like some whatever game mode. Like, oh, it's here if you want it, but we're not gonna care. Maybe if you didn't do that, people would give a shit about the mode. But unfortunately, Dice has just abandoned Galactic Assault since then, and you know, obviously we're never gonna get it back because of the pulled support. And while I am not the biggest Galactic Assault fan, I prefer playing Supremacy just because I'm so used to games like Call of Duty where domination and Battlefield had like ground war. I'm so used to those types of games that I've just been hardwired to play game modes with like command points and and like domination and stuff like that. So, but I understand the appeal of Galactic Assault. It's a much cheaper. It's much quicker. It's a lot more fun. There's no AI bots, so that kill streaks matter more, because I ain't gonna lie, getting a kill streak in Supremacy does not feel authentic, because maybe about 30% of the kills you're getting are bots, which, let's be honest, they're dumber than Stormtrooper aim. They're just about as bad as Stormtrooper aim, and to be honest, they have the aim of the Stormtrooper. So overall, like, it's just a shame. But hey, I mean, I really wish they just didn't give up on the game as a whole, and hopefully, I was really hoping we would get revival of modes like Galactic Assault, but turns out nope. Coming in at number 2 is balancing issues. So things that needed to be balanced in this game. One is Anakin, just due to the fact of his ability loop. I don't feel like he as a whole is OP, just because of the fact that he has been nerfed time after time, and overall he's actually pretty decent. His Master Strikes, while it wasn't the biggest issue with him as a character, the fact that it now takes 25% more stamina, I think is a great balance, kind of like Grievous's Sith Train Star card, which is, everybody seemed to agree at when it is Grievous that it was a good balance. But just, I don't know, like, I wish that they didn't, like, I wish they didn't make Anakin what he was when the game first came out. Now, I wasn't here for it, but I have heard stories and I have seen gameplay of Anakin when he was just so OP. But anyways, so overall, as I was saying, Anakin, his ability to loop, I was hoping it would have been fixed before the final update, before this update. but that's never gonna happen. Also, Vader, his focused rage, I feel like should have been fixed as well. My personal thought, I feel like they should have cut the 200 health 200 health increase overall. I think that was the problem with his focused rage ability was the fact that he got 200 extra points of health, which is crazy to me. Like damn, 200 may not seem like a lot, but when you consider the fact that you're now getting 20, if you with the correct star cards, you can have 20% extra, 25% damage reduction, and as well as the fact that with focused rage, you can actually increase its time by 6 seconds, but only have the damage drop off by 5 points. Let's be clear, that is nothing. That, like, 5 points in damage drop off? Yeah, I'll take the 6 seconds extra time with 200 bonus health and, you know, 25% damage reduction. I'll take that. Like, please, yes, give me that. I will use those cards all day. Another one I feel like should have been nerfed a little bit was Luke's stamina, just a little, just because of how the fact that people can swing for like 17 or 18, like 16 or like was it 16 times with Jedi Fighter? I think that's a little too much, but that was just a personal thing. I wouldn't have blamed people if they nerfed Luke's. I wouldn't have blamed Dice if they just never got to it, but that was just a personal thing for me. Was his stamina? I feel like should have been nerfed a little bit. Maybe cut it down like 15, 20%. Just a small touch. Nothing too major. Nothing too avert. But to the point where like Luke is not swinging 16 times with a star card. Like that 16 times with a lightsaber is like holy mental batshit. Who thought that was a good idea? Anyhow, coming in number 3, gentlemen, on things that we will not be getting in Battlefront 2, and I will qualify as a missed opportunity, is new maps. Now, new maps, obviously, everybody wants new maps. Everybody wants to play at new locations. Everybody wants fresher content in the map rotation. But there are a few maps in particular I feel like were huge, and I mean huge, missed opportunities for these. The first one, in my opinion, was Coruscant. The absolute pinnacle of a missed opportunity for a fantastic supremacy map, or even a Galactic Assault map, was Coruscant. I get it, it's a Starfighter Assault map, but A, nobody cares about Starfighter Assault. Like, seriously, I don't care about it. I don't know any YouTuber in the history of mankind that really and truly honestly cares about Starfighter Assault. Like, to me, that's just, it's a game that I don't like. If you took Starfighter Assault out of the game, I wouldn't even notice it. I would have been like, okay, cool. But yeah, Coruscant was just a map that was it was right there, especially with the Clone Wars Season 7 coming up, and we all knew that it was going to be coinciding with Revenge of the Sith. The fact that you did not put or find a way to put Coruscant in the game is a little sad. Same goes for maps like Utapau. Again, a Clone Wars map. That's where where the iconic "Hello There" came from. Never was put into the game. Same with Mustafar. Now that one might have been a little tricky, and honestly, I could see why they may not have put Mustafar in the game, just due to the fact of all the lava and the fire and the smoke and shit. It may have been very hard to play in because you'd just be constantly stepping into lava, being set on fire, like. And if you're Anakin or Darth Vader playing on that map, you're probably getting PTSD, depending on the era. But you get what I mean. Like, it's just, there were so many maps they could have put in this game, but unfortunately they just missed. They swung and missed, and it was so bad of how big of a missed opportunity it was. Another map that I think would have been fantastic for Capital Supremacy was Dathomir. I feel Dathomir would have been amazing in Capital Supremacy for the Clone Wars or the Republic. It would have been just amazing to play in Dathomir, but turns out that's just not going to happen. Coming in at number 4, gentlemen, is the Lightsaber Combat fix. Now, I never really noticed much or never really bothered to talk about this much until recently when I was playing and grinding for Darth Maul and Darth Maul's new skin, which by the way I did get. I will be putting out a video on his new Maul skin with his new skin in Heroes vs Villains if I do get to pick Maul in Heroes vs Villains. But where was I? Oh yeah. So with this lightsaber combat and the hit detect, like mainly it was the hit detection. The fact that there would be times where a guy is in front of you and you're swinging for the freaking fences, like it's an infantry, like you saw maybe a little bit earlier. There was a time with infantry where I was swinging for the freaking fences and I could not fucking get the goddamn trooper for like about a good 30 seconds. Like, come on, bro. Like there's no excuse for the latency to be that bad in this type of a game. There shouldn't be an excuse for that. Same goes for abilities not working, or like if a blaster hero times their roll right, they could dodge right underneath a lightsaber attack. That should never be happening in my opinion. If you dodge towards a saber hero, you should be getting hit by the saber hero. Like you should be getting hit with the saber. I'd say 9 times out of 10, unless the person is just terribly aiming. And it's really frustrating because there'll be times where I'm in duels with players, or I'm playing heroes versus villains, and I'm swinging for the fences, and I don't even get a hit on the guy, and yet the guy kills me, and I get frustrated because it's like I'm swinging first. I'm putting my lightsaber in his freaking mouth, and yet it's not registering as a hit. Same goes for even abilities too. There'll be times where I'm activating abilities like Darth Maul's chokehold. I don't know if you saw earlier, I had Leia in a chokehold and threw her, but the fact that Leia was able to roll underneath and not get caught in the animation is frustrating to me. So overall, just the latency and the overall like lightsaber combat in the game, it's frustrating, and we're never gonna get a fix for it because of just how the support's now gone. And finally, gentlemen, thing number 5 is heroes. There are so many heroes and villains they could have put in this game. I'll name them as many as I can right now. Savage, Ventress, Jin Erso, Director Krennic, Qui-Gon, Mace Windu, Ahsoka, the Cal Kestis if they wanted to, the second sister Inquisitor from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order if they wanted to. Kiadi Mundi, Plo Koon, Kid Fisto if they felt like reaching. There was a lot of characters they really and honestly truly could have had in this game. Like off the top, like the ones that I feel would have been freaking amazing in this game is Ahsoka, Ventress, Captain Rex. That's another one I forgot to mention. Ahsoka, Ventress, Savage, Captain Rex. You know, these heroes that were coming out in the Clone Wars for Season 7 that you knew were gonna be in the Clone Wars, and that you could have released an update to go alongside with them and the celebration of the Clone Wars saga coming to an end. That and the fact that you could have brought in Jyn Erso and Director Krennic with the fucking Scarif update, but you didn't even do that. And unfortunately, we're left to sit here and twiddle our thumbs just because of the fact that we no longer have any support for this game. And I feel like the support for this game was cut way, 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 way too early. There was so much more they could have done with this game. There was a lot they could have done, but unfortunately, you know, they needed Battlefield 6 guys. I hope and pray to the good Lord we hear something for Battlefront 3. Or we hear something about another Star Wars game on May 4th. Because otherwise, it's just. I don't know. But, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I apologize if the volume was a little too loud. If you did like this video and do agree with anything that I did say, hit the like button. Comment on other missed opportunities that you think DICE could have done with Star Wars Battlefront 2. And if there are enough, I could make a part 2. But these are just the ones that were so glaringly obvious that they needed to be said. But with that, gentlemen, I am out. Peace.